All right, here we go, man. Here we are. 2025 top 10 for life in my collection. Meaning if I had to get rid of my entire collection, I would keep these 10 and these 10 only. All right. Very hard video to do each and every year as I experience new things, but we got it done. All right. So it can't be a part 2 to this, but I could do a video of what fragrances almost made the cut for the top 10 2025 list. But y'all just gotta let me know if that's something y'all want to see. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. I know these videos get a lot of love, and rightfully so. You want to see what the thought process is for us who do content in the fragrance space. So here we are, top 10 fragrances for life 2025 edition. Let's get into it. YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What's going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, man, it's positive energy, it's positive vibes, and most importantly, it is positive vibes only. No slander will be tolerated with my list. I remember last year, some of y'all had a tough time with what I had on my list. All right, so the list is just wrapped around me. All right, what has just really gravitated? Fragrances I've gravitated towards and really kind of got a hold on me. But we're gonna do something different real quick. I am going to promote 2 fragrances to my ring of honor, which doesn't mean anything. But these 2 fragrances have been in my top 10 for life videos since I started them. And I might be, creating some type of, I don't know, pathway for them to not be on this list and to add 2 more fragrances to the list. But it is what it is. These are my criterias and my rules for my top 10. So 2 fragrances that we're putting in the ring of honor, the Smell Good family ring of honor. Pretty like this. These 2 fragrances, these are the only 2 I need, and you can have the rest. Seriously. And one is my favorite fragrance, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This is going into the ring of honor. It is not a part of today's list. And then, of course, we have Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus. So, Bleu de Chanel Parfum, Creed Aventus, in the Smell Good family ring of honor. Y'all know how I feel about these. There's nothing ever going to change about my thoughts about these fragrances. So they're not a part of the top 10 this year. I know someone out there is saying, what? They gotta be. Chill. The ring of honor is a prestige hall in the fragrance community that nobody cares about. Bleu de Chanel Parfum, Creed Aventus, in the ring of honor. All right, so here we go. Top 10. No particular order. No particular order, but these are just the 10. Up first, recently got this year, sampled it last year, and the profile and the DNA is out of this world. From the House of Precious Liquid, we're talking Sangria Oak. It has to be here. This list was really based on experiences, wow factor, just my overall thought process about said DNA, and this is one of the sexiest fragrances. It should have been on my top 10 sexy fragrances list that I did a couple of days ago. I don't know what I was thinking. But this should have been there. This stuff is ultra sexy, unique. I love that sangria and pear combo here, man. It is out of this world. Me and my wife went to dinner recently, and she didn't attack me like she does when I wear so Sparrow Dolce Melodia, however you want to say it. But she's kind of like in awe of this fragrance. Kind of in awe of the fragrance. This is a very special profile and will be treated that way. But every time I smell it, I'm like, wow, how did they make this? How? Outstanding stuff. Has to be here. Top 10 for 2025. Precious Liquid, Sangria Oak. If you ain't tried this, you definitely should get a sample and see for yourself. It is outstanding. All right. Up next, this fragrance has been on this list pretty much since I gotten it. It is my favorite Parfums de Marly of all time. Runs very close to another one, but this has always been number one from the house of Parfums de Marly. We're talking Pegasus exclusive. Iconic DNA in the community by now, especially the way the almond comes off here. But why do I like this one or love this one more than the original? And the original is great. It's that oud in it. It's more darker. It's a little bit more heavier. It has a little bit of a more spicy factor to it. But really that oud, especially as this thing gets itself together and gets to the dry down. A stunner in the colder months. In the fall, in the winter, this stuff is amazing. I wear it to the office. I wear it on date nights. I wear it to holiday events. I've worn it on Thanksgiving before. It's just one of those ones for me. Just smelling it is just, it's amazing. The vanilla in here is just spectacular. Spectacular. Definitely had to be on this list. My favorite from the house. One of my favorite cooler weather fragrances for the cooler months is this one. Fantastic. From the house of Parfums de Marly. We're talking Pegasus exclusive. Pegasus exclusive, man. Great stuff. All right. Up next, wow. You know, a gentleman's classic done in a very beautiful way. From the house of Rouge Dove, we have Burlington 1819. Yes, sir. Has to be here. Burlington 1819 is a certified classic, man. Wow. Citruses, tobacco, cinnamon, booze, like a rummy booze in here. Slightly animalic. It's a masterpiece. This is a true 10 out of 10 fragrance, man. A true masterpiece. This is a CEO type vibe. This is a boss type vibe. This is a man who knows where he's at, where he's going, and where he has been. And he has maneuvered through life and accomplished things and knows how to dress himself and groom himself. This is just elite. I recommend a sample. Very expensive fragrance. I don't recommend blind buying. But the very first time that I got a sample of this and I smelled it, I was blown away. This stuff is incredible and definitely had to be here. And it's going to be here. It's going to take a special, versatile, fresh fragrance to knock this off. And I haven't come across it just yet. Sophisticated and classy. From the house of Rouge Dove, we have Burlington 1819. Burlington 1819. Elite stuff, man, for sure. Up next, man, it's something about green apple and fragrances. And it was a WrestleMania main event between this and another green apple fragrance in my collection, but I ultimately went with this one. And if you want to see that part 2 of fragrances that didn't make the cut, you can find out what that fragrance is or with that video if y'all want to see it. But this one is special, man. From the house of Oman Luxury, we have Oud Aquaria. My goodness. How I know this is special to me? Because I wear it so sparingly, like it's like it's discontinued. Like it's going somewhere. Green apple, rose, oud, fresh, a little bit of spice. I love this stuff. Now I know there's one out there from Frederick Mall. I think it's called Promise or something like that. Y'all been telling me about. Y'all say if I love this, I think it's Promise. Y'all let me know down below in the comments which one that y'all have asked me to try. But anyway, the first time I smelled this, I was blown away. I wore it the very next day. I've worn it in several situations. I've worn it out on just I worn it in 3 seasons. I've worn it in the winter time to work. That was the first time I wore it. I've worn it in the springtime on a day out with the family. And I just recently worn it in the summertime, like during the day in the heat, because I just feel like it's fresh enough. The rose and the apple really provide that. Now the oud in here and the other fresh spicy layers in here are blended so perfectly. It's just not a chance on my skin that this well, it didn't happen. So it didn't become cloying. It didn't become wild and crazy and inoffensive. It just hadn't. This is truly for me. This is all year round. You'll read the details and they'll probably say fall, spring and fall, or, might even throw winter in there. But man, don't sleep on this during the summer. And I'm talking about, it was hot. And man, that green apple, that rose was popping. It was dominating the oud. That's just off my skin. But it had to be here. From the House of Oman Luxury, great fragrance. It was a battle between this and one other, but this one won. This one won. From the House of Oman Luxury, Oud Area. My goodness. The House of Oman Luxury is special, man. I might even wear this week, man. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Great fragrance, man. Up next, this one literally took my breath away when I got my nose on a sample for the very first time. Elite Plum fragrances. I love plum. Plum is such a beautiful, beautiful note when done right in perfumery. And my God, is this the standard? Well, one of the standard fragrances. Plum and cognac. Let's just get to it, man. Plum and cognac. My Lord. God, it's amazing, man. The plum, the vanilla, the booze, the blend, the quality of and I was really on the hunt for this fragrance, man. It stayed sold out. I got it last year and it was almost sold out. It felt like it was almost sold out for like a year before I was able to get my hands on it. I couldn't get the all black bottle because that option was sold out. So we went with something different. I got the cream and gold top bottle. It don't really matter to me. What's on the inside of this is pure genius. All my plum lovers, if you are a fan of plum, this is one to tap into. For the cooler months, it's super sexy. It is mesmerizing. Like, it's mesmerizing. It's so good. It's so good. I will recommend this time and time and time again, and I will continue to do so. Plum and cognac. Plum and cognac. Tap in if you haven't. This stuff is amazing. Great stuff. All right. Up next, another battle, man, but this one made it. This one made it over another very popular fragrance that's in my collection from this house. And we could talk about that later. But this stuff is a 10 out of 10. It's a versatile champion. It's so beautifully well done. From the House of Arabian Oud, we're talking Sultani. Sultani from Arabian Oud. My Lord. This red berry bold mix. It's clean. It's fresh. Has this kind of cashmerean warmth to it. The opening of this fragrance is sensational. And I love Daiwan. I love it. Y'all know that I do. It's just something about this opening that edges the opening of Daiwan. Just slightly for me. Just slightly. And I don't know if it's the berries that are in the opening of this fragrance, man, but this is great. It is done in a way where it's truly luxury. Like, sneaky, great performer. Not good, great performer. Compliments come with this fragrance for sure. Sultani is special. It is special, man. A great, versatile, everyday profile, yes. But ultimately, man, the special features to me, at least to me, the special features of this fragrance just make it makes its presence loud and clear when I wear this fragrance. It is a true treat, and it was a battle. It was a battle. Similarities to Daiwan, yes, especially in the dry down, but the opening and the mid is where those two differ. But this made it to the list. It was tough. It was tough, but it made it to the list, man. Top 10 for life for 2025. Arabian Oud, Sultani. And you just can't go wrong. If Daiwan would have been on here, I would have been like, it's fine. Like, you can't go wrong, but it's just something about that. I sprayed both of them in the air while preparing for this video, and I was like, yeah, this got to go with me. All right, up next, here we go. We got some familiar ones, to round out the video. All the newer entries are already in. From the House of Dior, of course, we have Dior Homme Parfum. This is top 5 for life. Forget top 10. The greatest iris fragrance I've ever smelled. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, that iris and that leather, that cacao sweetness here, the powdery nature of this fragrance. Man, they don't make designers like this no more. Go debate your auntie on it. They don't make designer fragrances like this anymore. And I know there's different versions, and I know there's different bottle sizes, and I don't care. I'm talking about the one that I have in my hand. This is top 5 for me, and the greatest iris fragrance I've ever got my nose on. The leather and iris combination is killer, man. God. I've had this bottle for, man, how long have I had this? Probably about 4 years now I've had my bottle. Was I late to this? For sure. But I arrived just in time. And this is just, I can go on and on. Great for the cooler months, great for date night, great for business meetings, great for dressing up, you know, whether you're going suit and tie or you're going, you know, upper deck casual with your fit, or whatever you got going on. This is awesome. I love to wear this to like holiday events lately because it's a showstopper. From the house of Dior Homme Parfum. Had to be here, man. Top 10 for life 2025. Top 5 for life all time, for sure. All right. Up next, you're wondering where it is, and here it is. Another sexy fragrance that, in my opinion, is the greatest cherry fragrance that I've ever smelled. I constantly have conversations about Bodacious from Bodacia, and it's a great fragrance. It's a 9.8 out of 10 for me. But this here, for me and my vibe, yes sir. For the House of Mind Games, we got French Defense. My lord, it's just an all-timer. The black cherry, to my nose, is a black cherry, like a bunch of them in like a glass bowl. And it has booze and honey just soaking the black cherry. And the black cherry starts to seep out with the booze and the honey. That's what I get. I know what the notes say. I know the note breakdown, but to my nose, this is what I get. Ultra sexy, erotic, dangerous style of a profile. I just recently smelled a Chris Collins, I think it's called Manhattan Cherry. That one is really, really good. It's challenging. It's creating a challenging conversation. But just even smelling this right now, it's like I've snapped out of it and come to my senses about how great French Defense is. Of course it had to be here. Top 10 for life. I'm probably partially responsible for the hype of this fragrance, of how much I talked to it once I got it on my nose. But this stuff is electric, it's sexy, and it's dangerous. It has motive. From the House of Mind Games, French Defense. To me, the best cherry fragrance I ever put my nose on. And I'm not debating you about it in the comments. Up next, from an indie house. The first time I smelled this, there was a connection there that I couldn't explain. I have fragrances like that, and some of them have been featured in this video, that I just can't explain the connection. It's something about this DNA that absolutely like arrests my thoughts, arrests my feelings towards it. And it's just one of the best fragrances and the best fragrance experiences that I've ever smelled, period. I'm talking about like cooking aromas, fragrances, candles, like all that. It's just one of the best. From the House of Nazar Fragrances, we're talking melanated. My goodness. This blueberry, brown sugar, oudi, vanilla, tonka bean, some spice in here as well. Man, it's a dark and rich profile, unlike anything that I have ever experienced or smell. I have a backup bottle of this. I have the body oil of this. I have the butter to this. I have it all. Shout out JB Butters. This is, to me, just one of those personal fragrances that I'm not trying to really get someone to understand. That's why I rarely recommend this fragrance, because I definitely have like a personal tie to it. Like it's just something about it. And everyone that I've let smell it, I've always been able to have a conversation about it, like always. And it's just one of those ones. And one of Terrence's best creations, if not the best. And don't get it twisted. Panic Attack and Mango Tobacco, all those things. I love those fragrances. They're at the top of the heap. But this profile, it's just personal for me. That's it. It's just personal for me. And I don't expect no one to understand except me. From the House of Nazar, top 10 for life. It's coming with me. If I need to grab 10, you can have the rest. Nazar's melanated. It's just something about it. That blueberry, brown sugar combo, my goodness. And up next, it was a close call, but not really. Pound for pound, the best tobacco fragrance I ever experienced. From the House of Argos, we're talking Triumph of Bacchus. Of course, the juice has gotten so dark on this bottle ever since I've gotten it. Incredible. White peach and rum and tobacco, spicy, sweet, strong, powerful, boss-like, king-like, royalty-like, whatever style compliment that you can think of the highest level, this fragrance embodies it. It's almost criminal that this is the last fragrance featured on this video. It should have been featured earlier, now that I'm like thinking about it. All of these fragrances that we talked about today are great. They're great, but this is a top fiver, along with Dior Homme Parfum. Top fiver. This stuff is incredible. Christian has a certified masterpiece with this. I know there are fragrances that rival it in profile, but they don't hold a candle. I'm sorry. To me, they don't hold a candle. That white peach rum and tobacco here, it's so good, it's almost a joke how great it is, man. To round up the list for top 10 for life 2025, Argos' Triumph of Bacchus. My goodness. Incredible. I live in Florida, and if it was much colder for much longer, that bottle probably will be halfway down. The House of Argos is incredible, but that's the one for sure. All right, so there you go. Those are my top 10 for life for 2025. I put 2 fragrances in the Smell Good family Ring of Honor. I can't wait to see y'all comments about that and see how y'all feel. Maybe you can, maybe you don't, maybe you understand. Look forward to the conversation. But of course, what are your top 10 Smell Good family members? What are your top 10 for life in 2025? List them down below. Let's talk. Let's debate. Let's do it. All right? Spike it up. Spike it down. Spike that thing all around. And remember, what you put out to this world is exactly what you are going to get back. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Yeah, I feel good about the list. Splacker.